Hello viewers and welcome back to Golkar TV. Today we shall be looking at 10 interesting facts about the Fulani tribe. But before we proceed, if you're new to the channel, can you kindly subscribe? Also turn on your post notification bell so every time we have a new video, you'll be the first to get notification. Also, like, share and leave your comments in the comment section below. The Fulani are one of the largest ethnic groups in Nigeria. They have a population reaching over 25 million. They are sparsely spread across the Sahel and West Africa. According to Wikipedia, an estimated 7 to 8 million of them are herdsmen, making them the largest nomadic pastoral community on earth. They can be found in the northern parts of Central Africa, West Africa, Lake Chad, Sudan, and regions close to the Red Sea. In Nigeria, struggle over grazing land and scarce resources have over the years resulted in perennial and growing violent conflicts in terms of frequency, intensity, and geographic scope. Underpinning the escalation in frequency of conflicts in Nigeria is a confluence of environmental and demographic forces, especially desertification caused by climate change and population explosion. Expectedly, with the depletion of arable land for subsistence farming, largely as a result of increasing urbanization and adverse effects of climate change, especially along the Lake Chad Basin, there is increased struggle between herdsmen and farmers, leading to violent confrontations and conflicts, deaths and forced displacement, as well as the destruction of agriculture and livestock. The recent kidnappings and killings of people of Igongon in Oyo State, Nigeria by Fulani herdsmen has brought them into limelight. Even the Igongon king, Oba Lasisi Olawuyi Adeoye, was not spared when his son was kidnapped by Fulani herdsmen. The king paid the Fulani Seriki of Igongon, Saliu Kadri, 4 million naira ransom to secure the release of his son. A local government chairman was kidnapped by the Fulani herdsmen. A 20 million naira ransom was paid to the Seriki before the chairman was released. Dr. Fatai Aborede, who lived in Germany for years, came home and established a farm. He was kidnapped by Fulanis. The farm employed over 300 Igongon youths, and even after the Seriki was paid millions as ransom for the release of Dr. Aborede, the Fulani herdsmen terrorists still went ahead and killed him. When we talk about the origins of the Fulanis, this is not really clear and various theories have been suggested. However, it is believed that they came from North Africa or the Middle East. Probably. Islam is their major religion. They are known to be fiercely loyal to themselves and dutifully pass on their culture from one generation to the next. They are one of the most popular African tribes. The Fulani came as settlers in the early 15th century as clerics in the Hausa city-states of Kano, Katsina, and Zaria. According to history, the people who are now referred to as Fulani entered present-day Senegal from the north and east, and they moved eastward over much of West Africa after the 10th century. Fact number 1. The Fulani also colonized Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria was colonized twice. It is common knowledge that Nigeria was first colonized by the British and Portuguese, but what is often downplayed is that the Fulani also colonized a part of the country, the Hausa states in northern Nigeria. Most Hausa city-states of the north was under the control of the Fulani by 1810, 6 years after the launch of jihad under the leadership of the popular Fulani Islamic cleric, Shehu Usman Danfodio. Fact number 2. They do not take prisoners of war. Yes, they do not. During their conquest in West African region, they took no prisoners of war. They usually asked the conquered to either convert to Islam and live, or reject Islam and die. Yes, this was very straightforward. This was also evident when the Fulanis also captured Ilorin city, a traditional emirate and capital of Kwara State in western Nigeria. Founded in the late 18th century by Yoruba people, it became the capital of a kingdom that was a vassal state of the Oyo Empire. Oyo's commander at Ilorin, Kakanfo, otherwise known as the Field Marshal Afonja, led a rebellion in 1817 that destroyed the unity of the empire. He was aided by Malam Alimi, a Fulani from Sokoto. He was also aided by Fulani warriors, slaves, and Hausa slaves. Fonja was increasingly dominated by the Muslim Fulani, and upon his assassination, Alimi's son, Abdul Salami, became Emir of Ilorin and pledged allegiance to the Sokoto Caliphate. As a Muslim emirate, Ilorin subjugated several towns in Yoruba land and destroyed the Oyo capital, known as Oyo Ile, Old Oyo or Katunga. In 1837, Abdul Salam conducted a jihad toward the sea and was only stopped by the Ibadan victory over his cavalry men at Oshogbo. The rivalry between the Fulani and Afonja descendants over the throne of Ilorin is rooted in history. While the Fulani rest the case of their claim to the kingship of the ancient town on the fact that the monarch had from the time immemorial been produced by them, the Afonja descendants, who like majority of the people of the town are Yoruba, say since their ancestor founded Ilorin, their claim to the throne ought not to be disputed. Fact number 3, they have no rules of engagement. In times of war, don't expect any level of decency from the Fulanese. They attack on sight and will hit you repeatedly until you are rendered completely useless. This makes them one of the most feared tribes in Africa. Fact number 4, no birth control. The Fulani do not believe in birth control, and as such they have a very high fertility rate. This is why their populations are forever exploding. In the modern democracies, they use this as an effective weapon to dominate politics. Fact number 5, the Fulani have rich and powerful people on their side. Most people think that the herds of cattle that the Fulani herdsmen roam about with are theirs. No, not in all cases. The herds of cattle are oftentimes owned by rich Fulani men and women. The Fulani herdsmen in most cases enter into an agreement on how the calves or milk will be shared. This reason also makes them powerful, since the herdsmen know that they are the major source of meat in Nigeria and they have prominent people to shield them. A lot of people have linked the barbaric and destructive acts of the herdsmen to the fact that they know that Nigeria is ruled by their tribe, especially as a Fulani man being president in the form of President Muhammadu Buhari. Number 6, the religion is Islam. Now, I don't think I've ever heard about a Christian Fulani or a Fulani practicing any other religion for that matter. There may be rare cases, but for now, I'm very sure I haven't seen any. They are devout Muslims and they ensure that this legacy is passed on to their children. It's not a matter of choice because you have none when it comes to this. Fact number 7, cattle rearers. All Fulani own cattle. How can you be a Fulani and not own cattle? What kind of Fulani would you be? Although not all of them are nomadic pastoralists, the average Fulani owns cattle, and sometimes these cattle are believed to be more precious than human life. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? The other fact about the Fulanese is their bravery. These people can go all the way to do anything imaginable to rescue their cattle in danger. They fight to preserve the cattle, which happens to be the major cause of their conflicts. As nomadic and pastoral herdsmen, they move with their cattle and are known to be brave, hardworking, and courageous. Fact number 8, they are as fit as fiddles. Yes, they are very fit with the kind of lifestyle they pursue. Fitness comes naturally, and I wouldn't advise you to engage in a brawl with them. You'll definitely tire out at some point and then you'll be thoroughly dealt with. I remember a personal experience where we went to purchase cattle from a local cattle market in my hometown. After paying for the cattle Fulani sellers promised to drop off the cattle at our destination. We jumped into the car, after a drive of about 30 minutes. We stopped on the way to get some provisions, and behold, the cattle was already waiting for us. The Fulani herdsmen had trekked all that distance with the cattle. Wow, isn't that impressive? Fact number 9, the Fulanese have no permanent abode. Remember the quote, "There is no place like home." Well, this is not for the Fulani herdsmen. What's the use? They are always on the move and they will thrive in very harsh weather conditions. These people are truly remarkable and very hardy. You will find them everywhere from the south to the east to the west. They are extremely hardy. Fact number 10, Language. The Fulani language, known as Fula, is classified within the Atlantic branch of the Niger-Congo language family. In Nigeria, the Fulani language of Fula is usually confused with Hausa. It is a relatively few people that know that Fulani Fula and Hausa are two different languages. The Fulani Fula is taught to children as their first language, and every other language comes in second. Well, that's all about the Fulani herdsmen for now. There are actually many more interesting facts, but you will have to join us on another video. Thank you and catch you on the next video.